Hello, hello, hello. It's Anne Lewis, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based on the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. Today I'm going to be showcasing this gorgeous card using some of the sneak peeks from the Sale-a-Bration catalogue. So I'm just going to put you down to my desk so you can see what I'm talking about. Rightio. So this is the card I'm going to be making. Now, most of these products, well, two of these products, will only become available on the 7th of January from my online store. Now, my online store link is down below in the banner. Now, before we get started, I just want to show you what's coming in 2025. And 2025 is not too far away. So we have the new mini catalogue from January to April. Can't show you what is inside yet, but once it goes live, yes, I can. But I can show you how gorgeous it is. Look at the beautiful colours and how pretty this actually is looking. And it is full of what I would call, it's probably the prettiest catalogue we've had for a long time. And I'll put this one away, and then in complete contrast, and this probably reflects my card tonight, this is the Sale-a-Bration catalogue. So it only goes from the 7th of January to the 28th of February, which, as you see, it's really, really bright colours, and I think some of those colours I actually pick up today. Now, I will be sending, I'm in the process of getting all my catalogues in the mail, so if you purchase from me in the last 12 months, you will be getting your catalogue in a complimentary catalogue in the mail. So let's bring this back, and I'm going to show this up to, wait a minute, I've got to show some comments. Hi Chrissy, hi Glenda. I'm hoping that you can see and hear me. So just leave a comment if you can, otherwise I'll have to restart the software package. Streaming software package. Now this is what it is, and you can see it's busy, but it's just full of color, and I absolutely color and texture, to be honest. So I'm going to show you how I've made this. Now originally I was working on a different design, but then I kind of went, rightio, let's keep it, it's a very, got lots of layers, lots of detail, so let's keep the card itself pretty simple. So I've kept it no fancy folds or anything. I am just going to show you how I've got all this gorgeous detail. Now, I'm hoping that you will be able to see a little bit of bling. You'll be able to see where I add the bling as I do it. But I'll put that aside for the moment. Actually, I might just put it up there. Now, what I'm using is the classic wedding stamp set. Now, it's an online exclusive, available now from my online store. Now, the interesting thing is it's called Classic Weddings. So everybody's, when you picture how this stamp set will turn out, is it's going to be in neutrals and wedding colours and those pretty subtle colours. And yes, it looks divine. And I'll just show you, I had a little play. Except my little play has walked. Oh, here it is. Using the stamp set and using the basic beige, one of the new colours this year. So you can just get an idea how classic this stamp set is designed to be. But just because a stamp set's designed to be classic doesn't mean it has to end up like that. And that, it's a two-step stamp. So I have combined that image and that image to get this. And I just had a little play to see how that would actually turn out. And it's got this gorgeous texture on it, as you can see. So it actually adds the texture. So you don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is stamp it. And it comes with dies, and the dies are amazing. I've got lots of little pieces of dies. So it comes with a die for this floral wreath, which you can picture in a wedding, in a wedding scene. It comes with some flags. It comes with some hearts and some more hearts. I'm hoping you'll be able to see that. Comes with some, I don't even know what you call these, but we'd call them tin cans that you tie on behind the car as it takes off after the reception. It's got these two little flowers, which I will be using tonight. Plus it has the outline for the car. It has a banner, which is gorgeous. And it's got all these other little pieces that you'll see how I use as I go through. Because there's a few pieces, I thought I would actually do something with lots of layers so you see how they actually come together. So I've got my basic white cardstock. Now normally I am sitting down when I do a live. However, I have a little bit of company tonight. I'm not sure you're going to be able. Wait a minute. I'll just. Oh, wait a minute. Not there. Wait a minute, let's see. Can you see who's on my chair? There's a storm raging here, so I lose my chair. Normally she doesn't come into the craft room, but obviously now she's discovered it. Kiko is going to be here, I think, for a while. And so Glenda says she has this set but hasn't used it yet. I think after tonight you're going to want to, because you could use so many different designer papers that have a small pattern or even a stripe. This is perfect. And Chrissy says, looks great on a Christmas card. And it's perfect to decorate for a Christmas card. So don't be put off by it just being known as a classic wedding card. It can be used for so much more. Adios. So here is my basic white cardstock. So it is 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I've scored at 4 1/8 inches. So I've just folded it in half basically. I then have a piece of melon mambo, which is 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. So that's going to sit there. Now my next layer, and I'm hoping you're going to be able to see this, is this gorgeous embossing folder. And it's a new embossing folder, and it's a freebie as part of Sale-a-Bration. So if you place $100 order, so this is Australian for Australian customers, if you place $100 order, you will get this embossing folder for free. So how gorgeous is it? So I've already got my cardstock in there waiting to be embossed. So I love this one. And it's the perfect one for a flower power. So I'm just going to bring this over. And let's hope I'm okay with embossing. It is a bit of a hit and miss at the moment with my arm. So I'm grabbing my cut and emboss machine. And I think we're going to fit this in here. So I have the platform, which is a little knocked around. I have the thin die adapter, which has all these little pieces on it from all my die cutting. And it also has the embossing plate, which is number 4. Just in case you can't see it, is number 4. So let's put this, whoops, I've shifted my camera. Let's slide that back just a bit. So I'm just going to line up. This line here is to make sure makes it easy for us to get it nice and straight. So on this one, I don't think it matters, but I can at least show you that on some it actually does. So let's put that in. Sorry about the shaking. Whoop, hold on. I'm going to get this out of the way for just a second. Get rid of that. one over here. No. And as you can see, this is, I just love this one. I think it's going to be my favourite one, and it's a freebie, even better. So that's going to sit there. We won't put it together yet. So the next thing I'm going to do is work on this car. And my car, I'm just using some of this designer series paper, and I'll show you the whole pack. And the good thing about this designer series paper is it's a freebie under Sale-a-Bration as well. And look at these bright colours. So it's called Blossom Impressions. So again, it is free with a $100 order, or with each $100 order. So if you put in $200, you can get both the embossing folder and the designer series paper. So that's one side. Here's another. So now you know me in purple. That might be left over, but look how gorgeous this is. Love that colour. As I said, this only goes live like that. And this is the one that I've used today. So it's a floral, all floral designs. And these are the pieces that are left over from today. So it's bright, Julie says it's bright party paper, and it is so right. And Glenda just said my car looks like a hippie car. That's what it was supposed to be. And whilst I use the word flower power, it was originally, when I first wrote my quick post, it was called a hippie car. Then I thought it's probably more clear if I describe it as flower power. Okay, so I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Now, this was a new stamp tonight, so before I've used it, I've actually done, I just want to show you, because some people have trouble stamping and they don't get the clean images, and then they don't like the stamps, and I can't even find my scrap piece of paper. But basically, I inked it up, stamped it off, inked it up, stamped it off, cleaned it with the stamping scrub, and that takes away any manufacturing residue that's left on it, and then it will stamp really well. So I've been using it a few times, so I expect it will stamp pretty darn well. I know. I'm just going to stamp on here. So I'm stamping on my designer series paper. So you can see how gorgeous that is. Then I'm going to grab my die that cuts out this piece here. So I'll bring back my cut and emboss machine. Just put that out of the way for the moment. Give myself a bit of room. Put that there. So this time I have platform 1, even though it's not named platform 1, because this is an old platform. Then I've got the thin die adapter, which is that platform 2, and I'm going to be using, obviously I'm mixing acrylic plates, but platform 3 and platform 4. So not platform, acrylic plates. So this is my cutting. You can see I've used it lots. So let's put this down. I'm going to line it up around that stamped image, which makes, I mean, I could fussy cut this out if I wanted to, but why would I when I've got dies? So I always explain that I line it up in at least 3 to 4 spots to make sure it's just not lined up in one place, it's lined up all the way around. Put that away, hopefully. I think that's it. Hopefully that's the end of my die cutting tonight. Hi Ray, how are you? Hi. So that's just scrap paper. I'll throw that out. Now I do have this little magnetic plate that I got from an auto shop to put all my dies in so that they don't walk when I'm trying to work. So here's my gorgeous car already cut out, but I've got a few things to add to it. So I'm going to tip out all my little pieces that I've already die cut. Hopefully they're okay. Now actually what I'm going to do is I have this piece here which cuts out those windows. So I'll just show you what that looks like. So easily cuts out those windows, but I decided that I couldn't be bothered cutting those windows out, and also that die cuts out a little trim for the back window. So I'll stick that down. Now I could have used the adhesive sheets, but look, truly this is just quick enough. It's a little quicker doing this. It's not difficult. So I'm going to add that there. So now I've made it pop up a little bit. Now, but I do want windows because I don't think that looks very nice. So I cut out some vellum windows using some vellum. I don't want to lose these. I've already lost a few of them. I've got them scattered everywhere. Now my vellum window is from this vellum, which is in the I think it's it. Oh no, it's not a mini catalogue. It's an online exclusive as well. So it's the Graceful Greenery vellum, and it has this gorgeous clear vellum. Well, plain vellum, even though it's got a little bit of pattern. So I'm going to use that for the windows. But of course, if you've got some old vellum, because Stampin' Up retired vellum, I'm hoping they're going to bring it back. So I've got these 3 little pieces. I'm hoping. Oh, wait a minute. There's some dark. Let's try it on this catalogue. So you can see that little piece there. I've got 3 kind of like that size. Now, because this is heavily patterned, I can just add a small bit of multi-purpose glue on here, and then, you know me, shove it in. And there is a right and a wrong way, because sometimes these fit a little better one way than the other way. Now, they're a little difficult. I'm hoping that's the right piece. I know, that's the right piece for there. And this is the right piece for there. So now it just looks a little more opaque. I had another one there as well, so I had some spares of that in case it walked. So there's step 1. Now also in this little die that I just showed you, there's my pokey tool, it has this piece here that it die cuts out. So that's, I suppose, the boot handle, and then it has these blinkers. Blinkers. Let's keep it there. Now, I thought these were blinkers, and I used that piece, and it could be, but I found a better piece, which is this piece here, and it is a tiny die. So hopefully you can see that. So I'm using that for the blinkers this time. So again, I'm just going to use a little tiny dab of glue to hold that on both sides. Now they've got a bit of a curve, so I've got to make sure I get them on the right way. Here's another one. I cut a whole lot of these too, just in case. I lost a couple. And I've got a little boot lid here. Oops. A boot handle. So I just needed a little bit of contrast. Actually, I've got a little bit much. I don't got a lot much. Too much glue on there. So I just took it off with one of my little rags here. And then that's going to come down there. Now, you can see my tires are floral. Yep, it didn't work for me. So I grabbed some grey granite because I wanted to take some of those, that floral off. Now, Ray has said a little bit of fiddly, and she's so right. This is one of those cards you make for fun. You wouldn't make 1,000 of them. Certainly wouldn't make 1,000 of them for your wedding with this. But it's one of those where you'd sit down and go, I'm going to have some fun play this afternoon because I want a special card for someone. And because I wanted, I'll show you what I put in the inside later. You'll understand why I've done that. Because I've made this a New Year's card. Now, I didn't like this. I hope you can see that. The die left a little border, which it does, which on most of the time it makes it look nicer. But on these ties, it actually doesn't. So I'm going to easily fussy cut a little bit more there, just to tidy them up. It's really simple. I'm not fussy cutting all the way around, even though you could. I'm not doing that. Below that. Anyhow, so there we go. How gorgeous is that? But you know me, I've got the love affair again and again with Wink of Stella. So I'm adding some bling because it really does make it pop a little bit more. So I'm putting it on those 4 melon mambo pieces. So around the windows. This only takes 2 sticks, to be honest. Whilst it's fiddly, it does come together really easy. And if you make it pop like this, I don't know how you can kind of resist it. Now, so I have die cut a banner to go across here with cheers on it. Now, I've changed my mind. Once I did the black, to be honest, I didn't like the black on there, so I'm going to do my cheers in melon mambo, which you hear me quite often say, melon mumbo. Don't know, I think it's mumbo number 5. I don't know. So I've got the cheers from this set, but I want it to go on a bit of an angle. Now, so I can change it. It's flexible. It's a photopolymer stamp, so it's easy to be flexible. But mine's a little dirty, so it's not sticking to my block as much as I'd like it. So I'm going to have to be super quick before it shifts. So let's put this down here. So I'm just going to move this around, press it on. Hopefully, it's a little bit, see what I mean? I might have to add a little bit of, do the unthinkable and add a little bit of tape or something. Let's see. I don't know. Except I've got it going round the wrong way. So it needs to go up like that. So the ends need to be up. Doesn't have to have a lot of bend on it. So here we go. Just moved at the last minute. Anyway, it'll be, you know what I was doing. So that's going to sit here. All right, so I'm going to add this. So which do you like? As you see, I've already stamped on the back of this and changed my mind. I know. Now if I wanted to, because dare I say, that banner isn't perfect, is I could just stick another one over it. But I think it'll be fine. Now, I've got these two little flowers that I die cut. I showed you the die that does this, so it cuts both flowers out. And they're different. I find that really quite, how much detail is in that. Now, so I'll just show you these on the catalogue. I'm hoping you may not be able to see the difference, but they are different. One's got a little circle in the middle. So let's glue these down. Now, I'm not popping this up because Australia Post have been sending some stuff back to me because some of my stuff's been a little too popped up. So let's stick these down. Make sure I'm sticking the right side. So add that. How gorgeous are those little white flowers? And then I've got some bling here. I thought I had some bling here. Right, let's see. Oh, I had the perfect bling. I know. I have everything lined up when I start, but then I go and shift things around and then move. So I'm just trying to check that I haven't hidden it somewhere. I know, I'm going to keep going and hopefully it's just going to pop up. But I would add some really low, small little bling in those flowers to make them pop. You can see I use the druzy from the mini catalogue that's current, and these carry over into next year, so which is pretty darn good. So let's put this card together. So it's pretty easy. We've done all the hard work, to be honest. Now there's a very clear, for me, right and wrong side of this embossing folder. Sometimes it doesn't really matter, but for this one, I think that it does. It is quite clear. So I'm not popping up. Oh, I did pop up that layer, to be honest. So let's pop it up. I can see the black better. Ah, rightio. So would you do black, Julie? And you're right, it does pop a bit more, but I thought it was a bit too stark. I think either work, but you are right. The black does show up a lot more than the member. So there we go. Then I needed to ground my car, otherwise it was going to be floating in midair. So I always put something at the bottom to ground my images. All right. Now I could actually put my car like that this time. What do you think? I think it was too straight the first time. Pebble Path might be a better alternative. You say Pebble Path is right for everything, Chrissy. Now, so should I put this on? Yes, I would, but half blind anyway. I'm going to put this one on a big angle and make it a little more flower power-ish. I'm going to close this up. Oh no, I still need that. So looks good crooked yet. I don't do a lot of crooked. It sounds funny. A lot of crooked stuff because I'm, keep everything kind of a little neat and tidy, a little OCD. But I think this will look so much nicer rocking and rolling down the road. seen it so bright. I'm just taking off these dimensional. So let's put it like that. I still haven't found those little, maybe oh, here they are. Here are my little embellishments. So they'll make this pop a little more. So I'm going to use these pink ones, and these are called, oh no, these are called Regal Foil Dots. I gave you the wrong information. They're not the doozy ones. So there's some pink ones here. So they're just going to pop there. And I think they just add even more interest to this. It's a busy it's a busy card, and it's got a lot of layers. Everybody's liking it on the crooked, and then we'll. So who'd put the sentiment straight on or crooked? What's everyone saying there? Jaunty is such a good word. Looks good crooked. Everyone voted on crooked. But what's everybody saying about sentiment? So should I put it on crooked as well? I haven't stuck it down or straight. Oh, come on. Maybe across the roof. Oh, woodwork for some cars, we've got too much white space up here. I'm going to put this one on crooked as well. And put it up a little bit. I know. So this is a little different. So you can see what just changing up a couple of features can do. So let's open up this card, and on the inside I've decorated as well. Now I use the stamp set, which this is on the last chance sale at a great discount. Glenda would have said straight. So it's throughout the year, and it's got my only New Year greeting that I have in all my stamp sets. So it says, cheers to you in the new year. This stamp set is a great stamp set. It's got Easter, it's got holidays, it's got birthday, Halloween, Valentine's, thank you. So, as I said, it's actually on sale at the moment, and it's a great sale. This is one of those heavily discounted stamp sets. So let's do this now. I'm going to just test this because I hadn't used this stamp, sorry, not the stamp set. I'd use the stamp set a fair bit. I don't make a lot of, and I've got this up high because I want to put my little car in. So I'm going to grab I'm just going to find this. I'm going to grab the outline stamp, ink it up. Now remember, I only want the left hand side. I'll just show you what I did again so you know what I'm doing. So I've just added that. So stamp it up. So I just want the left hand side, which is the right hand side when I'm inking it up. Now, to be honest, you can't ink over too far, but you can certainly ink over too little. So let's go. So how did I do this? So I had this right down the bottom, and I did do it halfway, and I don't like halfway, so let's do it a little like that third, that magic design feature, 1/3. So there we go. I'm then picking up the 2-step stamp to this. So we're going to ink this up. Now this is really bright, and this is a really juicy ink pad, so I'm going to stamp it off. I don't want all that colour, so I've taken a lot of that ink off, as you see, and then it'll be a little more muted. Really easy to line up because it's got those blinkers on it. Now I didn't show you something on the front. I know. So it's still got a bit of colour, but you can see I've taken a lot of the colour away. So you can see, there we go. So I've got plenty of room to write, you know, something on it. Now, why would I be sending New Year's cards? Because I won't get all my Christmas ones done, or I'll run out of Christmas ones. Then I move on to New Year's, because then they're getting something that doesn't look like I've run late. It looks like I've been thinking of them. So there's my cards. I love this. I can't believe I didn't think of putting this one on the angle, but it's a fun card. I know, as Ray quoted, it is a little fiddly, but it's just a card to be fun, and that has taken me probably about half an hour. And I did have a couple of little pieces die cut out already, but they are pretty easy to cut out. It just was so that you don't keep seeing the same thing. As soon as I put that on the site, it is even more fun than it was before I did it. So I'm so glad I thought that. And it's just one little design feature changes the whole look of the card. So that's it. So what do you think of the new sneak peek? So the embossing folder and that paper. I think you like the paper. I actually thought the paper was in the catalogue when I pulled it out of the box, because I felt it was too nice for Sale-a-Bration, but it's actually a freebie, and I love it, love it, love it. And I'm worried I'm going to run out of that, so I might have to get some more. So that's it for tonight. There will not be any Facebook Live next week because it's Christmas, and I'll be still celebrating, I hope. I hope all of you have a fabulous time with family, friends, pets, whoever you're having Christmas with. I know it can be really a hard time for some people, and I send out my best wishes to you as well. The following week is New Year's Eve, I think. No, New Year's Day. And I'm not sure whether I'll be doing a Facebook Live then, but I may be. Actually, I'll just turn you around so you can see me. Let's add me if I can. Get rid of that. I'm not sure. I'll wait and see how I'm going. But on that Friday, the day after, I will be doing a joint live with Christine. Now, it's about Sale-a-Bration. I should have saved this card for that day. It would have been the perfect theme for it. However, I'll have to come up with something else. So next definite Facebook Live is on the 2nd of, probably the 3rd of January, whatever the Friday is, at 10 a.m. And then we just go back to Wednesday night as normal. As I said, I may do it on New Year's Day. We'll just see how things are going. It's pretty busy in my world at the moment. So everybody, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to either my Facebook page or my YouTube video. And thanks if you're watching on replay. Love having people watch on replay, because I know that not everybody can come on live. Thanks, Chrissy, for your lovely wishes, and same to you. Bye, everybody.